morning, my people. How are you? Hope you're good. Welcome to my channel. This is your guy Paul Havenfields, and today is a beautiful day. Remember in the previous episode 7, we drove all the way from Francistown. We were supposed to sleep in Gabelone or in Habelone, but we arrived there very early. It was around 16 hours. So we decided to proceed with the journey from Gaborone to the border of South Africa and Botswana. Was around 45 kilometers. It was around 45 kilometers. So we saw it wise if we could just proceed with the journey and cross the border. And since we had a very smooth border crossing at Kazungura, that is between Zambia and Botswana, we expected also a smooth border crossing between Botswana and South Africa. So that's why we proceeded with the journey. And then we decided to, actually we crossed the border. It took us like around 10-15 minutes system where we were a bit down. But for those people with a RSA, that is a South African passport, they were just stamped without checking the system. But for us foreigners, we had to go to the departure. Is it the departure? Yes, to the departure side. And that is where they checked our passports, and that is where they stamped our passports. Actually, I was so shocked by the border crossing because surprisingly, I don't know, maybe this is just my assumption. It's like you don't need the temporary importation documents when entering South Africa using a foreign car. Because after we were done with the immigrations, that is the passport control, we went to the customs. And at the customs, those guys there act confused. Like, what do we need there? Do you have anything to declare? Do you have anything to declare to the customs? And we told them, no, we are just entering South Africa with a foreign vehicle. And they were like, so what do you need here? And you don't have anything to declare. So we kept on arguing there, and we explained that there's a document we need that allows the vehicle, the Kenyan number plate vehicle, to drive legally in South Africa. And actually he was shocked, and the lady there consulted another guy there, I think a supervisor. They consulted another guy and they decided, let's just give these guys a letter. They gave us a certain document. And then they asked us the value of the car in rands. We told them it's around 300,000 rands. They wrote there and they gave us the paper, and off we left. So that is how simple the border crossing was. It only took us like 10-15 minutes. It's only because the system were down. Otherwise, if the systems were functioning, actually we saw people with foreign cars. They were just parking the cars at the front, at the entrance of the immigrations offices, because they just get in and their passports are stamped, and then they walk in their vehicles and they drive just like that without going to the customs, because they had nothing to declare. So that was one of the culture shocks. So today we are doing Zeerust. Actually, we slept at Zeerust. This is the place we started this video. Slept at Zeerust. Zeerust is around 100 kilometers from the border. The name of the border, I'll see if I'll write it there, the name of the border. It's a bit difficult name. And then our plan of the day is to drive from Zeerust all the way to Kimberley. Kimberley, which is around 511 kilometers. This is Zeerust town tour. We're just giving you some tour inside the town. Actually, we arrived at the town very late. It was, I think, around 22 hours. That's the time we arrived at Zeerust. And we thought the town is a very small town. So we just got into the first accommodation, and we booked and we stayed there. But in that accommodation, we were hosted by a white lady. And she told us Zeerust is a town. It's a big town. So you can go and find food. Because one of the culture shocks in Southern African countries, or the SADC countries, they don't offer breakfast. This is not the case in East Africa. Those who have been to East Africa, every accommodation comes with breakfast inclusive. That is breakfast included in that booking price. But in these SADC countries, not a single one that we are offered breakfast. Maybe hotels do. We never slept in a hotel. We were just doing the booking.com, the Airbnbs, and I think that's what we did all around the journey. So this is Zeerust town. Here, guess what we are looking for, guys? Charger. We are looking for a charger, for an adapter, travel adapter. This was one of the culture shocks. Here in SADC, they don't use the same plugs. Like I think we use, in East Africa, use the EU. With the EU, we were colonized by the British, something of that sort. So we use their chargers, their plugs. Our plugs are similar to theirs. But here in the SADC countries, that is right from Botswana, I think Zambia, they use the same as the one that we have, the UK plug. And also, but Botswana and South Africa, they don't use the UK plug. Also in Namibia, yeah, I think they don't use the UK plug. They use the America plug. I don't know that to call it America plug or South African plug. Anyway, I'll try and put a photo there. So this is Zeerust town. We were sourcing for that adapter, and we finally got it, and we were able to charge our gadgets. Remember, you have so many travel gadgets. And the roads here are not that good. You can see you have some potholes here and there, which is common. I guess Zeerust is an old town. My people from South Africa, maybe you can highlight the history of Zeerust on the comment section, because seems an old town. I hope guys you're enjoying this trip. Make sure if you haven't subscribed, guys, please make sure you subscribe, and let's enjoy this road trip together. Okay guys, so that was it. Then guess what, these people are selling kidukulu. They are selling that thing, the green leaf. You're going to see it here guys. They are selling kidukulu. I think kidukulu in South Africa is babe, I think this kidukulu in South Africa is legal. Wow guys, I was shocked, man, seeing kidukulu. Remember, this is not legal in Kenya, but here they are selling kidukulu. It's called disposable weights. So I was tempted to take the kidukulu. I know my South African people may not understand what kidukulu is, but you have seen that sign, that sign of that leaf. So this is still Zeerust. We are still doing round before we can proceed with the journey. You can see ShopRite. ShopRite is one of the giants in South Africa. Remember, ShopRite tried to enter Kenya and it did not survive. Reason being, they are selling products that are consumed in South Africa, and by the way, we have two different cultures. What South Africans eat is, we don't eat that actually. It's different from what we eat here in East Africa. So they did not incorporate Kenyans or people from the East Africa. That is why that market did not do well in Kenya. We have Shell. You have seen Shell petrol station, Total petrol station. We have seen KFC. I've seen McDonald's. There is a mall here that we are going to go and check that travel adapter, but unfortunately we did not get the travel adapter there. So we have deponiers, steers. So guys, the guys in Kenya, the steers, it's not a Kenyan brand. You see, it's a South African brand, but it's also here in Kenya. KFC, McDonald's. Actually, it was my first time to see the McDonald's. So though, I think I ate. There's somewhere I bought McDonald's. I don't know. I'll see if I recorded that part. So that was McDonald's. We don't have McDonald's in Kenya, and I don't know why we don't have McDonald's in Kenya. Kenya is a very big market. We should have the McDonald's here in Kenya. So the investors in Kenya, come invest in Kenya. The likes of the richest man in Africa, Aliko Dangote, come invest in Kenya. Come put a McDonald's in Kenya. I know you. I read somewhere that the KFC in Kenya was bought by one of the richest Nigerians. So these are the stop signs, guys. I have told you this before. I don't want to repeat myself. Some of you said I repeat myself too much. The stop sign here, you have to stop. It's not like in East Africa or in Kenya, whereby you just proceed. You see the steers there. Now something happened. We had not used. That is, we had not put the Google map. So what happened? We got lost actually. We were heading towards Joburg. We were heading towards Johannesburg instead of heading towards Kimberly. So this is where we got lost actually. And we only came to realize, I don't know what happened, and we realized we are moving on the wrong direction. By the way, from Zeerust to Joburg, it's not far. Zeerust to Joburg, I saw it's around, I think 2 hours drive if I'm not wrong. You can correct me, 2 hours drive. So you see that sign, the stop sign. The stop sign in South Africa is different from what we have here in East Africa. In East Africa, we don't have that stop sign. At first, I was like, what is that thing that looks like a Dora? I don't know that. I'll attach a photo here. There's something that looks like a Dora. A Dora sign. You see those police patrol cars? We don't have that in Kenya. Kenya, we have police that are stationary on the road. Yes, like two, they walk in pairs, like 2 or 4. They're stationary on the road, 2 on this side and 2 on the other side of the road. But in South Africa and in Botswana and in Zambia, I think SADC region, they have police are on patrol cars. You see that one on the left hand side? Police are on patrol cars. And I think I would prefer the ones that are not on patrol, because you're able to know where they are. So when you break the traffic rules, you are likely to get away with it. But these ones, the patrol ones, you don't know where they are stationed, and they are likely to follow you, or they are likely to chase after you. But here in Kenya, traffic police are not allowed by law to chase a traffic offender. They're supposed to take the registration number and maybe report to the next police roadblock or to the next police checkpoint. But here in Kenya, you don't have checkpoints. Yeah, I don't think we have checkpoints. Now, this road leads to Johannesburg. And guys, I'll do another trip. So if you are really interested to join me, please inbox me on my social media handles. You can check them on my details there. On my description, there is the link for my Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. So inbox me, let me know that you'd like to join me as I do South Africa once again. This time around, I want to go through, I'll start with the Kenya, Tanzania, Malawi, Mozambique, and then enter South Africa, then go to Durban, Joburg, then go to Eswatini, and go to Pretoria. Then I start coming back through Zimbabwe. So that is my plan. So if you really want to join me, please let me know so that you don't miss what we are experiencing right now. The roads here are a bit dusty. I don't know why. This side of South Africa, it's quite different from the, I think we are in the North Cape. I don't know. I think we're in the North Cape. But the Cape West, is it Cape West or West Cape? West Cape. I think in the West Cape, roads there are beautiful. So here is where we realized we are moving in the wrong direction. So we had to take a U-turn. Yeah, we had to take a U-turn. Here in South Africa, I didn't see many buses except the inter-county. It's inter-county, those big buses. But for the public transport, they use the Toyota Hiace. The Toyota Hiace, the one you can see in front there. That's an illegal U-turn. That's an illegal U-turn. And you see we have police, the patrol police. So now we're heading back to Kimberley. Then from there we proceed through the right direction all the way to Kimberley. That is all the way to Kimberley, though there are some several centers along the way. So that was a stop sign. We stopped. On the left there was a market there, and there was a parking lot for the lorries. I think that's why this area is very dusty. It's not common with the South African roads. They are not as this dusty as the Kenyan roads. Speed limit 60. Please make sure you keep that speed limit of 60 kilometers per hour. Police are watching. The big boss is watching. Street lights, robots working. Quite impressive. So guys, let's continue enjoying this drive all the way to past Kimberley, and I'll continue explaining to you as we dive in to this great country of South Africa. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, you subscribe, and I'll appreciate. Okay guys, let's enjoy the drive together.
Kushua ama una guess for better for worse, even though unasema will you choose me over and over again?
Ai mambo mimi nishakuelewa, tulia kwangu, I'm gonna take it from here. Nitakosa ndo upate my baby, tajinyima unenepe my baby, ukinikosea mimi ndo tasema pole my baby. So now will you marry me baby? Leo nimepatikana, nimepatikana, nimetoka soko leo nimepatikana, nimepatikana. We mwanamke wewe, nimekupenda wewe, we mwanamke wewe, nimekuzimia wewe,
we mwanaume wewe, nimekupenda wewe, we mwanaume wewe, nimekuzimia wewe. Sitojibizana na wewe mpenzi wangu, nitajitolea kukuheshimu.
Sitobishana na wewe mpenzi wangu, nitajitolea kukuheshimu.
Sitojibizana na wewe mpenzi wangu, nitajitolea kukuheshimu.
Sitobishana na wewe mpenzi wangu, nitajitolea kukuheshimu. Leo nimepatikana, nimepatikana, nimetoka soko leo nimepatikana, nimepatikana. We mwanamke wewe, nimekupenda wewe, we mwanamke wewe, nimekuzimia wewe,
we mwanaume wewe, nimekupenda wewe, we mwanaume wewe, nimekuzimia wewe.
Pepo ya kuachana tunaikemea,
pepo ya kuachana tunaikemea,
pepo ya kuachana tunaikemea,
pepo ya kuachana tunaikemea,
pepo ya kuchiti tunaikemea,
pepo ya kuchiti tunaikemea,
hiyo pepo ya kuchiti tunaikemea,
pepo ya kuchiti tunaikemea.
Nitakosa ndo upate my baby, tajinyima unenepe my baby, ukinikosea mimi ndo tasema pole my baby. So now will you marry me baby? Leo nimepatikana, nimepatikana, nimetoka soko leo nimepatikana, nimepatikana. Tumefanya vile Mungu anataka, hivi ndivyo Mungu anataka. Nikuvishe pete na wewe univishe pete, tuhalalishe ndoa yetu mbele ya watu.
enter your code and the PIN.
You can see on my right hand side, that is maize farm. I have driven for over 10 kilometers on both sides. Maize farm. Hey, yeah, this is some serious farming. I can tell you, if this maize is to be harvested and exported to Kenya, this can feed the whole of Kenya. I can assure you this can feed the whole of Kenyans. Because, hey, tell me how I drive. Tell me why I drive for over 10 kilometers. Maize farm on both sides of the road, and you cannot see the end of the maize. Hey, people here in South Africa are doing some serious farming. They're doing some serious farming, which is very impressive, very impeccable. I really love this. I like this. So our trip continues. You can see some beautiful mountains on the other side. We are headed to Kimberley. Since we started the journey, we are now at kilometer 124 kilometers. Temperature is around 20 degrees. It's becoming a bit warmer. Remember earlier in the morning it was very, very, very cold. The temperature was around 8 degrees, and at night temperature went as low as 4 degrees. You can see far ahead there how the place is beautiful, how the road is good. So it's a good place. So let's enjoy this road trip together, guys. Guys, the journey continues. This is a town with another name, a very difficult name, and I think most towns here in South Africa, they have a very difficult name. This one, there are so many. There is High Q. You can see on my right hand side, there is High Q. There is KFC. I saw KFC somewhere. Yeah, CTM, the one that is in Mombasa Road. There are so many fast joints. The main fuel petrol stations here in South Africa is Total, Shell, Engen, plus others. But so far we have tried Engen, and Engen was awesome. That is one of the trials that we have done. We have also fueled on Total, and Total is also it's also impressive. Now we are in that town. The name of the town is if you see it, I'm going to read the name for you, because it's a very difficult name. It sounds like a cyborg, but it's not cyborg. So yeah, it sounds like cyborg. But right now, from this town, we are headed straight to Kimberley. So from here, we we are headed to Kimberley. Kimberley is like 205 kilometers from this town, 205 kilometers. And you can see KFC on the left hand side. That is KFC. There are so many food joints in South Africa. That is something I have noticed. Their main meal is fast food, which is not the case in Kenya. Here main meal is fast food. So from here we head to Kimberley. Then from Kimberley we exit South Africa and enter Lesotho. We enter Lesotho. Then from there we come back to, we are going to spend a day or two in Lesotho. Then from there we come back to South Africa. We go to Cape Town, where we are going to spend like 3 days there exploring. You can see McDonald's. For my fellow Kenyans, I know it's the first time you are seeing McDonald's. That's a McDonald's. Here in South Africa, it's one of the main eateries. That stretch of the road, the N18 that we have used, I would say that road is extremely straight. The road is extremely straight. Not just straight, I mean extremely straight. We drove over 150 kilometers on a straight line. On the left you can see ShopRite. ShopRite it's a South African brand. It also came to, there was a time ShopRite was in Kenya, but I don't know what happened, and maybe competition was high and they were forced to close down. But here is one of the main grocery stores. Then fuel here is quite good. You have an option of 93, RON 93, and also an option of RON 95. That is the petrol. And one thing I would say, the RON 95 is way better than the Kenyan fuel. Actually, it is nowhere closer to the Kenyan fuel. Maybe the one that is closer to the Kenyan fuel is the ordinary fuel here, which is 93, RON 93, of which still even Shell does not even offer, the VPA does not even offer 93. That is based on what people have been saying. It does not offer 93. They range around 88, 89, 90 there. But doing 93 is quite impressive. The car is driving like a new car. Remember, we are using a Nissan X-Trail 2014 model, Nissan X-Trail. So far so good. The car is driving smoothly. We can't complain. South Africa is favoring us. Right now it's around 1:25 p.m. or 13:25 p.m. And one thing I would tell you is that despite all that, the temperature is very low. Right now the temperature is around 23 degrees, which is different from Kenya. In Kenya, maybe at this time the temperature would be around 30 or 28 degrees or thereabout. So guys, let's enjoy this road trip. Remember to follow road signs here. If it says stop, kindly stop, and then you proceed with the journey. So guys, you see these parts here. These are called resting areas. They are resting areas. They are very many in Botswana, in South Africa, and in Namibia. Simply just some trees and some sitting positions. You can see that one. That one seats 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. You have a dustbin there. There are so many people who leave their dustbin on the ground. This is not so wise of them. So this is one of the spots. That is the car Nissan X-Trail that we are using to drive from Nairobi to Cape Town, South Africa. We are now headed to Kimberley. Nairobi, Kenya, all the way to South Africa, Cape Town, traveling through 7 countries, namely Kenya, Tanzania, Zambia, Botswana, South Africa, Lesotho, Namibia, and back to our home country, Kenya. So guys, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. Kimberley, where we are heading, it's along the highway N92, and it is 49 kilometers to the place. 49 kilometers to the place. That's roughly 36 minutes to get to our destination. That is where we are going to spend the night, so that tomorrow we can do border crossing. We can travel to Maseru. Maseru is the capital city of Lesotho, and at least we can say we have added another country on our list. So the trip so far is good. The highway is good. The speed limit is still 120 on the highway, 80 on rural areas. I mean 80 on the shopping centers, and 60 on towns. When you're in town, the speed limit is 60. But when you are in the village, that is in the shopping centers, the speed limit is 80. And on the highway, the speed limit is 120 kilometers per hour. And you can see most cars here are newer. I think most of South Africans, they buy cars 0 mileage. That is my assumption, because you see most of the cars, like there is a point I entered, there's a place I entered, and we were to do, I think it was the border when we are crossing from Botswana to South Africa. That is through the Gaborone route. I checked on the register where cars were being registered, the cars that were entering South Africa and leaving. Okay, of course the one that we are entering, because we were entering South Africa, and I was shocked. I was shocked to realize that only my car that was 2014 model, all the other cars you would see 2025, 2023, 2022. Actually, the oldest was I think around 2018. 2018, that was the oldest. So that should tell you that people here majorly drive new cars. But my assumption is in Kenya, the taxes are way high. If you import a car at a price of $20,000 US dollars, when that car runs in Mombasa, you are going to pay taxes, all those taxes cumulatively. You're going to pay like $30,000 US dollars cumulatively. So at the end of the day, for you to drive that car home fully registered, you're going to spend around around $50,000. That is way above a car that costs maybe 20,000 USD in South Africa. That same car is going to cost like 60 to 70,000 on the importance of using footbridges, and also seal off where pedestrians are likely to pass or are likely to cross the road. So those are some of my views. Those are some of my views from the observations that I have seen. So guys, let's enjoy this road trip together. If you haven't subscribed, kindly consider subscribing. Subscribe guys. If you haven't followed me, kindly consider following me on Facebook on Amboporo Ihenya. Subscribe on YouTube at Paul Havenfield, and on my other social media platforms at Ihenya. So guys, let's enjoy this road trip together. Charas. Kimberley is like 8 kilometers from here. You can see already have started seeing the high rises. I think those are going to be the first high rise that we have come across in South Africa. Yeah, I don't know that you can see them. Okay, as we get closer, you're going to see them. So far so good. You can see the road is quite smooth. And on my right, there's a small lake there. I don't know the name of that lake, but there was a small lake. Right now we are approaching Kimberley. That is where we are going to have our stop for today. I'll see if I'll be able to do a town tour. If time allows, I'll do a time tour because it is still early and there is still enough light. So just make sure whenever you are watching this video, we see the Kimberley town together. Okay, so let me make sure I show you around Kimberley town. We are now approaching Kimberley. You can see Kimberley from far end there. It's some kilometers actually. The roads here are good, though not marked. We are still not at the bullseye of South Africa. So we still have some culture from Botswana, so don't worry. But when we get to Cape Town, wow, things are going to be beautiful. Things are going to look amazing. So guys, I hope you're enjoying this drive, and I hope you have subscribed. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, comment and share. Na hiyo itanipea motisha. That means it is going to motivate me. So by the way, Kimberley, I guess Kimberley is one of the oldest towns. It's one of the oldest towns in South Africa. I saw it's one of the oldest towns in South Africa. So it's also a good town, definitely. It's also a good town. Also something point to note, in South Africa or in the SADC countries, we don't have speed bumps. I've said that severally, and I'm still going to repeat. Those who don't want me to repeat, I'm going to repeat. In entertainment, there is something we call repetition. Repetition is very important, especially in music, also in entertainment. Then something else that you need to note is how the signage for hotels. In Botswana, I think also in Zambia, and not that much, but let's say Botswana, South Africa, and Lesotho and Namibia, they have signages for different events. You see this rolling on my left hand side, it's very low. The low bed is very low. That low bed cannot drive on Kenyan roads. Do you know why? Bumps, speed bumps. We have very huge speed bumps. That bed cannot drive on our Kenyan roads. So as I was telling you, there is a signage for accommodation or hotels and accommodation. A signage for it looks like is it a trapezium, and it's painted brown with writings white. I don't know whether I'll see one. If I see one, I'll show you, or I can add it here on the screen. There is a signage for for that. So if you see that signage even at night, you automatically know that there is a hotel and there is accommodation right at the spot. But here in Kenya, signages are placed anyhow and anywhere. So we also need organization here in Kenya when it comes to signages. You see the matatus I was telling you, they call them taxis there. Here in Kenya we call them matatu. Though this one in Kenya is used intertown. Not sure about that. You see the Isuzu. Isuzu is not common in South Africa. It's not common in South Africa. Cars, there's Kia, or I don't know if it's pronounced as Kia or KIA. Cars that are common in South Africa is we have Hilux, the Toyota Hilux. We have all those bakkies, the Ford Ranger. We have the Navara, and you have the Chinese one, the GWM. Is it GWM or GWV? We have those Chinese ones. So, and the Chinese cars, by the way, there are so many Chinese cars in South Africa. I liked that. I wish we can adopt that in Kenya, because the kind of cars that we are getting here in Kenya, they are mutush. They are second-hand cars from Japan. So we are inside the city now. Actually, we are at the vicinities of the city, the Kimberley city. This is where we tried to source for food. Surprisingly, South Africa and meat, I think those are two different worlds. We have Volkswagen there. You have seen Volkswagen on the left-hand side. Audi. You have seen Audi there. These are old houses. You can see the design. Old houses. So someone told me there is a guy who have lived in South Africa, but he right now he relocated. He is here in Kenya. He told me that South Africa, Kimberley was one of the oldest towns in South Africa. So here we are scouting. We are scouting for nyama choma. Well, let me tell you, the Kenyan in me. You see that sign there? No stopping. I was about to stop there, and then that sign came up. You see, there's even the clamping sign. That signage that shows a Dora. Looks like a Dora. It means no stopping. Though in our curriculum, we were not taught that. The signage for no stopping is different from that one, the one South Africans are using. So there's also the speed limit enforcement. Remember, we are already in town. But surprisingly, we found one barbecue. Place, though the meat there was not the best. You South Africans, you need to visit Kenya and enjoy our nyama choma. And let me tell you, when you enjoy our nyama choma, but for the business-minded people, I would wish a Kenyan would go to South Africa and start that business. Nyama choma. Introduce the South Africans to nyama choma, and I'm telling you, you're going to make a lot of money when you introduce them to nyama choma. Because hey guys, tell me why I was starving in South Africa. Because I was starving. You know how I love meat. The only meat you could get here was chicken pizza, chicken banana. Hey, yeah. So there was this big hotel. It was also a takeaway. Then Italy joins in South Africa. They are takeaway. I don't know whether it's because they don't have enough space or what. The South Africa has a huge landmass, but most of the eateries here are takeaway. Hey, kasha shock. In Kenya, I think it's a requirement. If you're opening a hotel, whether a fast food or not, you must provide seating area, and others are even providing parking. So you must provide seating area, and in most of the eateries in Kenya, they even have car parking, enough car parking. I didn't see that in the towns that I visited in South Africa. So you can tell me there on the comment section, could it be I visited the wrong areas, or maybe that is the culture there? Because even food, we could order food. Actually, we ordered food from Nando's. Is it Nando's? I think Nando's. Nando's had the best chicken, especially the one that had there was something called lemon what? Lemon medicine or something. It had something greenish. That one. That chicken was sweet, by the way. I enjoyed that chicken, and it was cheap. I think that was the cheapest food in South Africa. Chicken was the cheapest food in South Africa, but generally South Africa food is very expensive. I think that's why hotels don't offer accommodation with breakfast, because food there is very expensive. A plate of a person would go around, actually would buy a plate at around how many rands? I think at around, was it 120 130 rands for a plate. So if you are two, that's like 240. Even some places would buy a plate, that is some pieces of chicken, for like 350 rands. Just imagine how expensive. And guys, my guys, in Kenya, rand is very, very strong. It's strong compared to the Kenyan shillings. Kenya shillings, go show you a hara there. Kenya shillings is weak compared to South African rands. So for the fuel of the day, we spent 7,900 Kenya shillings. No, not 79, sorry. We spent 6,869 Kenya shillings fuel. Food and drinks and snacks. Food and drinks, we spent 2,700. That is 2,700 Kenya shillings. For the snacks, we spent 2,720 Kenya shillings. For the accommodation, the second night in South Africa, we spent accommodation. We spent 3,885. We had miscellaneous, whereby we bought a SIM card and we bought data at 850 Kenya shillings. So total expenditure for that day from Zeerust, South Africa, all the way to Kimberley, total expenditures were 17,000 Kenya shillings and 8 bob. 17,008 Kenya shillings. That is what we spent in that day. Remember, I'll do another video. Once we are back to Kenya, and I'll give you cost breakdown of each and every day, how much you need depending on the car size, on the number of people you are, places you can travel. I'm going to give all this information for free. I would want to sell it, but I'm going to give it for free because I decided to do this video for you guys and to go explore Africa on your behalf. And since you have been good, you have been watching my videos, you have been liking, but you people, you don't give me super like. Why are you not giving me super like? Can I get a few people who are going to give me super like? Hey, some people who are going to give me super like, guys, and I will really appreciate. So guys, I'm in a place that is noisy. There's a tractor that is passing. I don't know whether you can hear me. So guys, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, guys, and see you in the next video, guys. This is South Africa, and I am Paul Havenfields.